The Oscar remains the film industry's highest honor, but sometimes the Academy seems to get it all wrong. In this video, we're taking a look at the Best Picture victories that haven't exactly stood the test of time. Find out which Oscar winner from the past 3 decades has aged the worst. Let's go. Shakespeare in Love. The story of a young William Shakespeare and his fictional muse is a perfectly fine movie. Their passionate romance follows the standard rom-com formula, but in period gowns. And the only nod to the actual historical reality was the lovers' forced separation. However, the movie was quite good at showing how a creative mind can work. But Shakespeare's 13 Oscar nominations raised many eyebrows. Then, it ultimately won 7 of them, including Best Picture. That was particularly frustrating, as it eclipsed far stronger contenders. Spielberg's masterwork, Saving Private Ryan, is still regarded as one of the best war films of all time. Another historical piece, Elizabeth, provided a much more impressive drama of the same period. One more reason for irritation was Gwyneth Paltrow's Best Actress victory. She delivered a decent performance as Viola, but it can hardly be compared to those of her rivals.
I would like to thank Emily Watson and Fernanda Montenegro and my friend Kate Blanchett and the greatest one who ever was, Meryl Streep. I don't feel very deserving of this in your presence, but...
The numerous awards of Shakespeare in Love were attributed to producer Harvey Weinstein's aggressive campaign for the film. The subsequent conviction of Weinstein only underscored how poorly the movie's Oscar has aged. American Beauty. Sam Mendes' debut feature won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Cinematography, and Best Original Screenplay. Kevin Spacey also took home the award as Best Actor.
This is the highlight of my day. I hope it is not all downhill from here.
At the time, a controversial story of a middle-aged man's infatuation with a teenager resonated as a dark satire of suburban life. However, perspectives have since shifted, notably with the rise of the Me Too movement. Watching an adult man's attempts to seduce his daughter's friend seemed deeply disturbing today. And it's way harder to empathize with Lester and his midlife crisis. American Beauty also features nudity among the adolescent characters, which is viewed as needless now. On top of that, the allegations surrounding Kevin Spacey cast a shadow over the film, although the actor has been legally cleared of any wrongdoing. A Beautiful Mind. No one questions the winner when Best Picture recipients are large-scale, spectacle-driven films, such as Titanic and Gladiator, or critically acclaimed films with important messages, like Schindler's List or $1 Million Baby. In 2002, The Fellowship of the Ring and Moulin Rouge appeared to align with the Academy's preferences, or so it seemed, as the 2 biggest Oscars, Best Picture and Best Director, went to A Beautiful Mind.
I'm so nervous. I know it's imperceptible.
A biopic about mathematician John Nash was neither critically acclaimed nor particularly showy. However, its screenplay was crafted to wring every possible drop of emotion from each scene. It was later criticized for its grossly inaccurate portrayal of mental illness and its devastating effects on families. Audiences today are far more aware of that. So it's no wonder that the film's reputation has declined since its victory. Chicago. It paved the way for numerous other musical films, such as Phantom of the Opera, Mamma Mia, and La La Land. Still, even at the time, plenty of viewers anticipated that the award would go to a drama like Gangs of New York, The Hours, or The Pianist, or the epic fantasy The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. But the Academy members were likely tired of and overwhelmed by the dramas, while The Two Towers is considered by some to be the weakest of the Lord of the Rings movies. In contrast, Chicago was undeniably fun and flashy.
I'm a star, and the audience loves me.
So why did it age poorly? Mostly because of its extensive legacy we already mentioned. With so many modern musicals available, Chicago is no longer a top choice for many. Crash. This movie is now infamous as the most obvious piece of Oscar bait ever. Crash received generally positive reviews from critics and was a success at the box office. While it aimed to address important issues, the film ultimately offered a tone-deaf and simplistic portrayal of race relations. Still, it managed to score 6 Academy Award nominations and controversially won 3 of them. Even the Best Picture presenter Jack Nicholson seemingly couldn't believe it.
And the Oscar goes to Crash.
Adding to the controversy, it won over the widely favored Brokeback Mountain. In retrospect, the queer drama has aged far better. To back up this argument, in 2015, reporters asked hundreds of Academy members to choose their favorites from the 2006 race once again. Unsurprisingly, the critically acclaimed Brokeback Mountain would have won in this hypothetical rematch. The Hurt Locker. How well do you remember this film, actually? In 2010, there were 10 nominees for Best Picture. Academy members struggled to choose a winner, and viewers were scratching their heads as well. The clear favorites at the time were James Cameron's Avatar and Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds. But the award unexpectedly went to the underdog Iraq war drama, The Hurt Locker. While some hailed it as a brutally powerful picture, it didn't do well at the box office. Moreover, Iraq war veterans criticized the film for its inaccuracies, namely the depiction of handling the explosives and of using techniques not typical in real life. On a lighter note, Kathryn Bigelow celebrated her Best Director Oscar, which made her the first woman to win in that category.
And I'd just like to dedicate this to the women and men in the military who risk their lives on a daily basis. May they come home safe.
However, it is Avatar that is now considered a landmark film in Hollywood history, and Inglourious Basterds have since become an iconic one in too many ways. The Help. Yet another Oscar went to a movie with noble intentions, but an overly simplistic view on race relations. Clearly, the Academy had not learned from the Crash controversy. The period drama was a huge hit, due in large part to its stellar cast, which included Octavia Spencer, Viola Davis, Jessica Chastain, Emma Stone, and Bryce Dallas Howard. And it garnered Spencer the Best Supporting Actress award for her impressive performance.
I share this with everybody. Thank you, Steven Spielberg, for changing my life. Thank you, Stacey Snider, for changing my life. Please wrap up. I'm wrapping up. I'm sorry. I'm freaking out. Thank you, world. Oh, God.
However, The Help is deservedly criticized for leaning on white characters to tell black stories. Viola Davis later expressed regret over taking part in the project. If you do a movie where the whole premise is, I want to know what it feels like to work for white people and to bring up children in 1963, I want to hear how you really feel about it. I never heard that in the course of the movie. In 2020, The Help made its debut on Netflix and became one of the most viewed films at the time. This prompted another star of the movie, Bryce Dallas Howard, to comment. She acknowledged that there were powerful, essential, masterful films and shows that center Black lives, stories, creators, and performers. But The Help wasn't one of them, as it was created by predominantly white storytellers. Discussions of race and representation have evolved significantly over the past 15 years. Still, Green Book's Best Picture win in 2019 echoed previous controversies. It enjoyed a successful award season thanks to its leads Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen. But critics lambasted it for its shallow and problematic exploration of race, and mined that it won over Black Panther and Black Klansman, which had stronger representation of color and more powerful messages. And here are some other movies from the more recent ceremonies whose victories seem problematic. Coincidentally, one of them is yet another movie nominated in 2019, Bohemian Rhapsody. Despite not being a frontrunner for Best Picture, it went on to win Best Editing. This was odd, as the film was mocked for its over-reliance on snappy cuts. Moreover, editor John Ottman has since apologized, admitting that Rhapsody was not his best work. And sometimes a movie gets overshadowed by an off-screen drama. In 2022, Will Smith won Best Actor for his role in King Richard. And, as a Redditor aptly put it, his award aged like milk before it was even announced. All because the actor slapped presenter Chris Rock when the comedian made a rude joke about Will's wife. As a result, King Richard will hardly be remembered for its artistic achievements. It was nominated for Best Picture as well, but the award went to Coda. And its win is also sort of questionable. A heartwarming and well-crafted film, Coda has already faded from view for many. The Academy, however, chose it over an arguably weak lineup of nominees. And what do you think about our picks? Do you agree with them? Let us know in the comments. And stay awesome.